Hello and welcome or welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had miscalculated time. So anyway, glad we're here. Glad I'm here. Glad you're here. Well, all that good stuff. Okay, what are we doing today? Today we're going to finish up building set number 910053, and this is part 5 and the final. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a stream because we got through bags 1 through 37, so we're on bag 38, and we have to go all the way to 51. And I'm determined to get this done today because we've been doing this for a while. And, well, I want to finish it up so we can get to the next one. And the next one is the Antique Shop, which is set number 910050. It's another set in the Bricklink Designer Series 5 sets. So that's the plan, is to get through it today. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras so y'all can see what I'm doing. And good morning, Will. How you doing? Or afternoon? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, sir? 4,000, yeah, it is, and 4,000 pieces, yeah. It is a large set, but I love it though. I'm gonna tell you, like, the amount of detail, because I've already built this already, and it is just a beautiful build. And if I wanted to be funny, I could say it like Donald Trump does, and I'm not promoting him. I'm just making fun of him. It's beautiful. It's never been done before. Anyway, I'm just joking around. Oh boy, did I? Oh wait, I already did that. Building a Kobe T7. Oh, all right. Yeah, my friend John, he's on here a lot. He loves Kobe. He did the F-117, I think it was. Or he's doing it. Only have the turret left. Awesome. Now that's the T-72. That's a Russian tank. Correct me if I'm wrong. Will says I'm doing great. Every time I come and clean an organized Lego room, I get a giddy feeling inside. See, I don't know what that feels like, Will. I've never had a clean Lego room. I really haven't, though. I mean, I know a joke about it, but I'll be serious. I've never caught up, man. And right now, I'm so far behind, I don't think I ever will catch up. It's kind of like that Calvin Hobbes cartoon where he says that God put him on this earth to get a certain amount of stuff done, and now he's so far behind, he'll never die. That's me. Anyway, okay, Cold War era. All right. Yeah. Because aren't they up to the T-90 Armada now? Is their most recent tank, if I remember right. Anyway, military hardware is a subject I love. In fact, I remember in high school, I used to go to the library, and I used to terrorize the librarian, but the other thing I used to do is look at all the books with the military vehicles. And yes, I did. I had a love-hate relationship with that librarian. The Armada is the new type. Yeah. You know, I saw a video too on the, speaking of military hardware, I saw a video on YouTube the other day about the JLTV, which is supposed to replace the Humvee. And it's supposed to, the Humvee was never designed for the kind of warfare that we have today, because they thought war was going to be different. They didn't take into account IEDs and stuff like that. So they don't perform very well against IEDs. And so they came up the JLTV, and it's specifically designed that if a mine does hit a mine, it blows the blast outward instead of up. And I don't know how you design stuff. I ain't that smart, but yeah, I was looking at that video, the JLTV TV. Sorry, not yeah, I said it right. Anyway, they named it the T-14 actually, so they went back and they did. Oh, the T. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for that. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, the Armada. I heard that it's actually not performing very well, though. I heard that they was hoping it was going to do all these things, but India had an order for them, and India saw how poor they performed against Ukraine, and they've canceled their contract now. Oh, well, I'm missing a round piece. That's nice. Well, oh, it's right here on the floor. It's a cool on paper model, yeah. And I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not trying to be too critical of anybody, because I mean there's got to be a certain level of anticipation of not, I mean, because you can test these things sort of, but you really don't know how they're going to perform sometimes until they actually get out in the field and they start getting used. Because, well, let's be honest, I mean, you don't know how the enemy's going to react and what kind of tactics they can use against it. I mean, that's a real problem. I mean, there's a certain degree of testing that can be done to kind of anticipate things, but I think all of that falls out the window once it actually hits combat. All right. Well, it looks like we are done with one bag, so we are on another. So let's grab the other. I do have some news of the weird for you guys today, so I'll go ahead and I'll flip over and we'll go ahead and do one here. How many do I need? 3? Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay, here we go. This one is called Questionable Judgment. Congregants at Legacy Faith Church in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, on September 28th, were confronted by their pastor, Philip Thornton, wearing and wielding an assault-style rifle to illustrate his points during a sermon. WHPTV reported that Thornton used the firearm to symbolize clearing the room. Oh my gosh. Or using spiritual violence against unbelief. Oh my gosh, dude. How could he not realize how that was going to look? Oh man. At times, Thornton pointed the gun at the congregation with a laser bouncing off different church. Oh my gosh. The church released a statement after concerns were brought to light, saying the gun was disabled till the firing pin was removed, cleared, and publicly shown to be ammo-free. But Thornton also said, "I could get you, any one of you." The statement closed with gratitude for bringing great attention to the church. After all, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Yes, there is. Holy crap, I wouldn't go to church with some pastors wildly waving around a rifle saying he can get me. No, I'm sorry. I have my limits, and that's surpassing them. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just read that. What was that, man? That definitely belongs in News of the Weird. Some of these I don't know, but that one, yeah. Oh, yesterday, I let you know that I was working on my house because of the issue with the the foundation. So my overly sized frame was able to move about a dozen wheelbarrows worth of dirt. And I got it up against the house, packed it down. And so now there is a grade away from the house in that section. And actually, there was one other spot I hadn't noticed before, because after I was done with that, I went around the rest of the house and kind of spot check things. And I found another spot where it looks like a dog's been digging. Enzo. And so that I took some more dirt in that section, and I built it up as well. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big, but I did take a full wheelbarrow's worth to throw it up there, and just kind of figured that out, So now the whole house has the grade is away from the house. So that should prevent any further water getting underneath the house. I did already, when I first moved in, there's a downspout in the corner of the house, and it just terminated there. There was no like little elbow. There was nothing. It just terminated straight down. And I think that's what started the problem. And when I moved in 4 years ago, that was one of the first things I did. As I bought one of those black pipes that you stick on the end of it, and it goes like 20 feet out. So I did that already. I just think it's old damage, and because it had eroded away the dirt, I think that some more water might have gotten underneath there, but not as much because the downspout's not putting the water there anymore. Anyway, I hope I took care of that properly. At least I'm going to say I did. And yeah, hopefully that problem's done. And surprisingly, my back has hurt the last few days, but go figure, my back was hurting yesterday, and I went ahead and moved 13 wheelbarrows worth of dirt, and my back doesn't hurt anymore. Imagine that. Don't know how that happened. So, yeah. That's when you know you're getting old. You don't do anything and it hurts. You do something that don't hurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Yeah, I love the shark. Yeah. I already took my other copy downstairs. I've got shelves downstairs in the basement, and I've been trying to okay, so we put a bed. I've been trying to kind of organize things. So we got a bed here and treasure chest. So let's continue building this bad boy. You know what I really don't like, though, about our current situation in the world is the fact that when I was a kid, you could pretty reliably depend on the networks to give you the news. But nowadays, I mean, there's so many different sources online, and I don't know if I could trust any of them. I really don't know, like, for instance, how the Ukraine war is really going. And how would we know how it's really going? I mean, obviously, Russia's not, regardless of what news is coming out of there, obviously things are not going as well for the Russians as they'd like because they haven't taken over the country. And they've been doing this now for what, 3 years, is it? So we know that much, that far, but I don't know how, like, if, I don't know how much of the country they've taken over. Don't know the losses. I mean, because you read one source and they'll say, "Oh, Russia's lost 600,000 troops," and then you read the next story, they've lost over 1 million, and it's like, "Oh, I mean, that's quite the spread. Which one is it?" So I don't know. I'd like to have some real numbers to understand things, and I don't know how to find that. Will says, trying to figure out of the built sets, which stay built and which ones get parted out. Got to go through these last few before I can. Oh yeah, no, I get it, man. I'm actually doing the same thing, Will, because when it comes to these Bricklink Designer ones, I don't want to take them apart. I mean, that's like a given, but there's so many others that it's like, well, it's got so many good tiles to it or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I think I want the pieces more than I want the set. And it's not like you lose it when you do that. I mean, it's a pain, but you can always go back and just re-get the pieces, reuse them. So yeah, it's not that big. The set looks really good and it has sharp. Yeah, I can help you out. Nobody, you can trust nobody. You're welcome. Okay. Point taken. Hey, how's it going, Ken? Mr. Pirate 1980. Now I know it's Ken. Good afternoon. I'm sitting here waiting, clock in at 1:45. I'm working until 12:30. Okay, so you're working about what is that? Almost 11-hour shift, but with lunch. Yeah, man. So how you been, Ken? And if you guys would, I would appreciate you hitting that like button. Only if you like it. If you don't, hit the dislike button or don't hit anything at all. Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you guys this. Big news. Yesterday was a holiday. It was Veterans Day. And I guess a bunch of people are at home with nothing to do. And as a result, I got quite a few Bricklink orders. 2 of them were big. And so I had enough money last night that I went online and checked for the Spider-Man Subway. I think that's 76321, if I remember. I could be wrong. Anyway, I went on there because I already have 4 of them, and I wanted another 4 because I'm hooking the trains together, 2 cars per train, and I want to have 4 of them because I have 4 lines. That's the minimum. If down the road I can get more, I'd like to do more, but for right now, I'd like to have 8. I have 4. I went online last night and I checked Walmart, I checked Target, and I can't remember the exact details, but it was for sale for $43.99. And a couple of the websites said the sale ends today on Wednesday. So I was like, well, crud, I've got the money right now. So I went ahead and I ordered 4 of them last night. And they're supposed to be here today. So I will have, by the end of the day, I don't know if they'll be built, but by the end of the day today, I'm going to have 8 of the subway trains for my city. And that's exactly where it's perfect. You're lying. I'm always lying, dude. I just won't ever tell you when I am. How you doing there, Yeti? I noticed the crap. Yeah, there is right here. And then there's another one. It's on the other side. It's underneath the dock too. And I think there's another crab. Yeah, there is in the corner. I'm sorry. I can't grab it because it's on the other side of the table. This table is actually pretty long. I think this table is 8 foot. Might be only 7 foot. I don't know. Like Yeti said, I'm always lying. And Yeti wants me to announce that we're going to start a new channel called Dirty Brickster. It's going to be for 18 and over, and we're going to tell the most foul joke. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only joking around. We're not doing that. If I say it enough, though, he might get serious and go, you know what? It's a great idea, Chip. Let's do it. Oh, man. That's awesome. I have 2 and 1 1/3, but can't fit any more than that. Yeah, it's a great set. And I keep doing the windows with the sticker on it and with the broken glass. And I probably should quit doing it because, well, I don't know. You ever rode the New York subway? I haven't. I've read the DC Metro one, but maybe that's true to life on the New York Metro. I don't know. I've never had to ride it. That's cool. Keep comfy. I will. Thank you. I'll try at least. I watched your city update. All right. What'd you think of it, man? Did you like the subway platform going in? And we got a Chinese restaurant there. Oh yeah, this is awful. I'm not gonna do it, but I joked about it with my son because he came out last night while I was building, and he asked me what my plans were for that Chinese restaurant down in the subway area. And I have a couple of Chinese tiles on the wall, make it look, Chinese writing and stuff. Then my son says, well, what else are you going to do there? And I went over to the drawer and I have these, it's from the Harry Potter set. I can't remember which one. It's got the ghost cats, the ones that are blue, translucent, like light blue and little speckles in them. And I got a drawer of like 20 of them. I pulled them out right in front of my son, and I put them all around the Chinese restaurant. And my son said, no, you can't do that. I'm not going to do it. I was just being a troll. Oh, boy. I feel sorry for my kids, man. They had to grow up with this stuff. They had to grow up with their dad doing stuff like that. I'm doing great, Roman Bricks. How you doing? Oh, how's it going there? Missed a couple. What's up, Owen? Mr. Cosmic Bricks. All right. Well, there won't be any stray pets out there. No, there won't. I was thinking about building an animal hospital right next to the Chinese restaurant. I'm sorry. I was not. I was not actually thinking about doing it. I just said that right now. The subway will never have any rats or cats or dogs. You're definitely going to have pet control population down. Well, I heard they sell the rats by the pound. Anyway, to the restaurant. You ever seen that Seinfeld where George runs over the squirrel and his girlfriend is absolutely demanding he does something about it? And when he has a private conversation with the doctor, he wants to know how much the salvage value for the squirrel is by the pound. I don't know if you remember that. All right. Well, I need to get a little more serious than I'm being right now. All right. The subway will never. Okay, I think I read that already. How are you today? I'm doing great. Roaming. Hey, Chip, I liked the German talk yesterday. I don't know German all that well. I did take 3 years in high school, and my grandmother, she was born in Germany, and when I was in high school, I think I hit my second year, so I hadn't even finished. I only finished 1 year. When I started my second year of German, she found out about it, and my grandma says, "I don't speak English to you anymore, only German." And I was like, "Oh, great, Grandma. I don't know German that well." So my grandmother would only speak to me in German after that. I hated it. And I didn't know it that well. So I tried my best. And my grandmother would be like, "You are butchering the language of my homeland." And I'm like, "Grandma, shut up. I can't. I told you I can't speak German." You got to remember, man, high school was ancient history for me. It's like, oh, man. I'll be honest with you guys. I graduated high school in 1992, 33 years ago. Oh, man. I do. You know what's really funny is even though I don't speak German like on a regular basis at all, one thing does happen to me that I find really, really neat. And that is sometimes I'll just be sitting like, okay, I'll be like at Walmart or something. I'm waiting in line and I can hear people talking around me. And I think about, okay, how would I respond if I was in that conversation? And sometimes my answer actually comes in German. I actually think of a phrase to respond, and it would have been proper too, in German. So I don't know. I don't know really how far removed I am from it, but yeah, I took 3 years in high school, and I would love to. I wished I would have kept up with that skill because I would love to be able to speak it better than I do. I would tell you what one of my classmates did that got him an F in that class, but YouTube would throw me off this platform because if I just repeated what he did. I really liked the guy. He was funny, but he was definitely the class clown. I've heard through the grapevine that he's not doing so well since high school. He's been pretty much in and out of jail. So Definitely not someone I want to emulate in my life. All right, so we got a map going here. ...2001 was the year that I finished. Man, you guys are making me feel old. Oh well, that's just what I get. I'm an old geezer. Oh boy. Okay, look at that. We're done with another bag. So that means we're on bag 41. Thank you, Roaming Bricks. I appreciate that. I was 10 years old in 1992. I know. I'm old, man. I know it. Yeah, I actually, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I graduated high school when I was 16. And you might ask yourself, how does one graduate from high school when he's 16? Well, I was the fourth out of 5 children. And so when I went to school, I already knew how to count. I already knew my ABCs. I didn't quite know how to read, but I knew some words, how to sound them out. And so when I went to school, I was only in kindergarten about 2 weeks. And they were like, oh, he needs to be in first grade. So I skipped a grade. Then when I was in high school, my high school, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of people enjoyed their high school years. I didn't. There were so many immature people, and I just didn't want to deal with it. And so I went to my counselor one day, and I asked him, I said, can I do the, I don't remember what the program was called, but it's where you went to community college, but you got high school credits. And I wanted to do that program. So I talked to my school counselor, and he says, well, why would you do that? And I told him, I said, I don't like it, And he goes, well, why don't you just graduate early? And I said, graduate early? I can do that? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you've taken enough classes that you could just graduate a year early. So halfway through my junior year, I became a senior. And I graduated, and my birthday is in June, so I was able to graduate, and then 2 weeks later, I turned 17. The water aqua bricks plate is given yes, I agree. I love that. They did a really good job, and I like how they did the Mills plating without making it look like Mills plating. They did a really good job on this set. I missed the 90s. I graduated in 1999. Yeah, the 90s were a cool time, man. A lot of good music came out of there. A lot of good grunge bands like Pearl Jam, Weezer, Offspring. I'm trying to remember who else. There was a bunch. I love that era. In fact, I still listen to that music. The Foo Fighters. Who else was during that time, man? There was a ton. Oh, Dr. Dre. I mean, I admit, I listened to some rap as a kid. I think my dad didn't like it, but I know my dad didn't like it because one time I was listening to rap music in front of him. It was the album with the marijuana leaf on it. The Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg one. I can't remember which one that is. I was listening to that, and my dad came into my room, and he goes, you know something? There's something wrong with that music. And I was like, really? What is it? And he goes, I think they misspelled it. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, they forgot to put the C in front of it. So he was calling it crap. You got to remember, though, my dad was in the military, and he was an officer in the Navy, very blunt. Just because he said things like that didn't mean he didn't like you. It's just how he talked. Still does talk that way too. All have to grow together building. Oh, old. Oh yeah, great. You're right. And I'll tell you what. And I'm gonna get serious here for a minute because I know I joke around a lot, but there's one thing I do really enjoy about having a long-term relationship with Mrs. Chip. It's gonna be 29 years next month that we've been married, and I like it because I married her while she was young. She was 19, I was 21, and Mrs. Chip and I have literally grown together. Like, I don't need her to explain certain things about herself. Like, I just know from my experiences of being around her, like why she is the way she is and what shaped her that way. And it's also the predictability factor. I have a pretty good idea how she's going to react to things, which is why I know what I can get away with and what I can't. Sometimes I'm wrong and she gets mad at me. But then again, the same thing happens to her. She thinks she knows me, and sometimes she's wrong, and I end up getting upset. But no, it's just having a long-term relationship with her has been, I mean, it's been good. And we have 4 kids and 2 grandkids, and, you know, it's a good thing. But yeah, we're less than a month away from our 29th wedding anniversary. Can't believe that. I've been watching Christmas commercial compilations in the 90s. I was just watching 1993 Christmas commercials, and we're showing all the Christmas specials. You know, I came across some of those commercials too, not Christmas ones, but old commercials. And man, they are wild compared to the ones we have today. The ones we have today are just lame. I know they're trying not to be lame, but I just lost the P. Oh, that didn't even belong. Like, I love the Kool-Aid commercials. Oh, yeah. In fact, I got that one for you. Here you go. Oh, yeah. So there you go. That's one of my favorite commercials ever, is that. Let's see. And they told me I could graduate and took the opportunity and got my, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't, I'm sorry. I mixed up the comments. Here in the UK, we finished high school at 16. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. That's definitely different here in the States. Most people graduate when they're 18 or 19 here. Okay, let's see. I got to focus just for a second to start this because I want to start it off wrong. Once I get it started, I should be able to do more than one thing at a time. But as of right now, I can't even walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. All right. Cajun says, we got another thing in common. I graduated early too. I graduated in 1999. I was supposed to graduate in the year 2000, but it took enough classes where I had enough credits. And they told me I could graduate. I took the opportunity and got my ass out of school. Yep, that's exactly what I did too. That's awesome. That is cool. You know, we do have a lot in common. And so did you graduate because you didn't like the Conan O'Brien show where they used to do that skit in the year 2000? Anyway, what I thought was funny was that even after it hit the year 2000, Conan O'Brien kept doing that thing in the year 2000. Anyway, I am yet to build the set. Cool, but you do have added it to the backlog. Awesome. This is a cool set, and you will enjoy building it, I believe. Okay, let's see if I can find some pieces here. Hello, Johnny. Here's Johnny. I love that part of The Shining. You know, that movie scared the hell out of me as a kid when I watched that. I was small when it first came out. I remember that. I remember that bathtub scene where he sees that cute naked girl, and then when he gets right up as some old lady, and oh man, that was freaky. You got to remember, man, I was like I was like 7 or 8, I want to say. That freaked the hell. First of all, I shouldn't have been watching a naked woman at that age, but or at any age really. But the thing is, I was watching that movie and I saw that part, and I was like, damn. Jeff, I would say challenging. Are you talking about my brain and the way it works? Yes, it is very challenging, John. I've been accused of a lot of things, but being smart is not one of them. Oh man. And you know, I'll tell you what, my son Spencer likes to act like he doesn't like any of my jokes. And my son brought his friend Connor over a couple times, and I told Spencer a dumb joke. It was yesterday or the day before, because Connor's been here a couple of days in a row now after work. Anyway, Connor was here, and I told Spencer a joke, and Spencer like, ha ha, Dad. That's what you have in common. You and Connor like your dumb jokes. And I just turned to Connor and I said, you too, huh? He goes, yeah. He goes, I love jokes. And I said, you know what? I do too. In fact, I said, nobody needs to laugh. I think they're funny. So I'm already laughing. I'm already having a good time. I said, if you don't want to join me, that's your problem. And Connor's like, no. He goes, I like dumb jokes. Hit me with one. So I told him a joke, and I unfortunately can't repeat it here on YouTube because it was pretty awful. And Connor just starts laughing, and Spencer just gives me a look like, how dumb. And his friend Connor's like, really, dude? He's like, you didn't think that was funny, Spencer? And Spencer's like, no, it wasn't funny. And he's like, dude, are you even alive? He's like, that was good. So I had Spencer's friend kind of clowning on him because he wasn't laughing. Anyway, I'll get back to the comments. Sup, Yeti? I picked up 2 more subs. All right, Johnny. And if you guys haven't seen Johnny's channel, I do call him Johnny, John. I call him lots of things. He just doesn't know it. No, I'm just kidding. John, I'm just joking. John and I have been friends for probably close to 20 years now. Spider Hamster. Well, I don't know about all that, but I don't want to know about spider gerbils. I'll tell you that. Sorry. I don't know where the hell that came from. The old lady in the bath. That was super weird, wasn't it, man? I loved how the lady who played his wife in The Shining was also olive oil in the version of Popeye with Robin Williams. I can't remember what year that was, but that was a good one too. And you know what I really like? I'm just going to be honest here. I know my audience does hit a wide range of ages because I see it in the analytics. However, the majority of people that watch my channel are, number one, male, and number two, they're right around my age. The age bracket, because I'm 50, so the age bracket from 51 to 60 and then 41 to 49 is the 2 largest groups that watch this channel. So I feel at home because I can make references to movies like this and shows and commercials and all that. And most of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because you grew up in that era. So it's really kind of nice to, and I didn't purposely try to go after any sort of demographic. I just came on here to talk about Lego and to build, and happened to attract people around my age. It's kind of funny. And there's not a lot of women that watch my channel. In fact, it's really low. It's something like only 5% of my audience is women. I guess the masculine energy over here is just too good. It's too strong. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not. Yeah, the testosterone's kind of thick in this room. It's mostly because Endo right there, not because of me. I need to get something to drink. Sorry. Oh, see, okay. See you later, Cosmic Bricks. Oh, shoot. We used to watch Friday the 13th movies just for the boobs. You know what? I'll admit, Hoarder, I was in that group too. I do remember that. God, there was a lot of TNA in that one. We were demented. I don't think I've ever grown out of being demented, so I can't say were for me. I can just say I am. Oh, are we demented? Yeah. Okay, I see. I didn't scroll down far enough to see your comment, your correction there, Will. Wow, Jeff, tell us how you really feel. Well, no kidding. Oh boy. You know, I did like the Friday the 13th movies, but I didn't like the fact that like Jason kept coming back, and there was the one where they hung him. I think it was outside the barn, and he was supposed to be dead, and then in the next one he gets struck by lightning and he comes back to life. Yeah, I've never seen lightning bring anybody back to life. I've seen kill people, but bring them back to life, no. But anyway, those movies were hokey, but yeah, I don't know. Wasn't the first one his mom was the killer and not him? I can't remember. Or was it both? Were they both killers? I just remember the way the mom dies. That freaked me out, man. Seeing her head cut off with a boat oar. That was woof. Well, right before I started, I got another Bricklink order, so I got to do that right after this. The Shining is a good movie. Yeah, I like and see, I don't like referring to people by the black guy, but I don't remember his name in the movie. The black guy actually had a really good role. I loved how he talked about how his mom called those people the Shining, and that's how the movie gets the name, is because his description of what he said his mom told him. Thought that was pretty dang cool, actually. Good movie. Yeah, I think The Shining came out first, and then the Popeye with Robin Williams and the same lady who's the wife in The Shining is Olive Oil. I think The Shining was first. It was the bartender in The Shining that, ooh, really? Okay. Okay. Later, Owen. Yes, his mom was the killer in part one. Okay. Yeah. God, you know how many years it's been since I've seen that, though? It has been, oh, gosh. Yeah. You know, Will, you mentioned watching those movies for the boob shots. Well, I have a question for you, and this is going to be weird. But you ever thought about how them good-looking girls back then, how they've got to be in their 60s or 70s now? And if you saw them today, you wouldn't feel the same, or maybe you would. You might be like that character in Grown Ups, the Rob Schneider character, where he's only attracted to the older women. That might be you. I don't know. What do they call that? Polygrandma? I can't remember. I love that part in Grown Ups where the car's broke down and he's working on it, and the old lady takes the wrench, takes off the radiator cap, and the hot air hitting her, and he's all getting off on it, and everybody else is like grossed out. I love that movie. That movie is something else, man. But I love the part too when the different daughters come up and they're kind of introducing them, and the first two, they're like really hot, and then that one girl comes up, she's got the mullet like he does, or not he does, but has the hair similar to him, and they're like, oh, that makes sense, and he's like, shut up. Go ahead, use Shining on me. Here's Johnny. Yeah, that's I liked, like I said, scary movie, but it's actually okay. I don't particularly like Stephen King per se, but I don't hate him. I'm just kind of like, I think his stuff is kind of dark. But there's one that he did called Under the Dome, where a set of aliens, they actually did a TV show on it too. I read the book first, and the book is over 1,000 pages. And they talk about the whole thing is like there's these alien teenagers, and they do an experiment where they put a dome over a U.S. city or town, and they're just experimenting to see what the humans will do, how they'll react. And the humans, of course, don't know that it's an experiment. And anyway, it ends up not going very well. And they end up being able to convince one of the aliens, teenagers, to remove it, the dome, while the friends are away. But that's a really, really good show. Kind of, there's some parts that are sick, though. The Shining came out first, but Popeye came out the same year. Oh, it did. Okay, I didn't realize they were that close. Okay. Well, thanks for that, Yeti. No, I'm more of a 35, 40-year-old woman. Experience is fine, but having written the book is not. Adam Sandler needs to do part 3. Yeah, I would love to see that. I was kind of scared when I heard they were coming out with part 2 of Grown Ups, because a lot of times they just don't get it right, the sequels. However, I was not disappointed with this one. The sequel for Grown Ups 2 was, yeah, that was good. I like how they had Shaq in there, and they had quite a bit actually. I noticed Rob Schneider was not in it though. It was 1980. Okay, I said dismiss. Get out of here. Stupid notification. Are we really already at an hour almost? Holy crap. I thought I was going to be done with this today, but I'm looking at these bags. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this today. Oh boy. Yeah, because today I got some stuff to do right after this. I need to go to the supermarket and visit my hot little redhead girlfriend. Didn't bio one. Okay. All right, let's see. Part 2 was great too. There was Stone Cold. Oh, it's right. Yes. I forgot about that. Because Stone Cold said so. The WWF SmackDown. I hate how they changed it to WWE. I know why they did. I just don't like it. Because I grew up with it being the WWF. The guy that plays David Spade's son in that movie was funny. Here's a fun fact. Shaq is where I am from. He actually graduated from Cecilia High School and has a house out here. Does he really? That'd be awesome. I actually have mad respect for Shaq. I think he's a good person. And I actually don't say that about too many famous people because there are a lot of famous people that have been caught in weird things. I mean, just look at P. Diddy, Bill Cosby. Yeah. Anyway. I met Shaquille O'Neal a couple times, and that's a very tall man. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, he was at Cecilia football. Really? That is cool, man. That shocked me about Bill Cosby. I still don't believe he was doing that. I think they just wanted him out of the way. You know, I have no idea. That doesn't stop me from making jokes about it to my wife. And I can't say what I said because although you guys will find it funny, YouTube will definitely not find it funny what I said to my wife about Bill Cosby. Allegedly, yeah. Yeah, we got to use that word allegedly. For legal reasons. I don't want to be sued. But you know, though, he was eventually let out of prison because of a technicality, but of course, I don't know enough about it, but yeah, I liked Bill Cosby growing up because he was kind of the people's dad, you know. I love the Cosby Show. There was one where his son was acting up, and he says to his son, he goes, "Son, my mom and I brought you in this world. We can send you back." I remember that line. That was a good one. The reason that he was let out of prison because one of the witnesses admitted she lied. Isn't that sad? You know, it only takes one person to say something stupid and then you've lost your freedom. Our system's got to improve. That's too much. I don't know that was on one of the episodes, but I do know that saying because my mom and dad used to tell us all the time. Yeah, that came. Well, I don't know if it was on something else first, but I heard it on the Cosby Show. All right, we're going to build a piece of furniture here. They used to tell me, I brought you into this world, I can surely take you out. Yeah, I think I might have said it wrong, but yeah, it's pretty close to that. Oh, well, I'm going to try to get ahead on my videos. This has not been a very good year for me and Mrs. Chip. And I don't mean our relationship. I just mean the stuff going on, my son's accident, and some other things that happened this year. It's been rather a trying year. And so I think what I want to do, because the money's coming in nicely from Bricklink, and this is kind of expensive, but I'm thinking about surprising Mrs. Chip, because when she comes home in about 2 weeks, I would like to be there. I have a key to her apartment, and I would like to just be there when she gets home without telling her that I'm going to be there. I was told that a lot. I drove my parents insane. Yeah, my mom, I know I drove her insane too, because she used to warn me. She says, well, you just remember how you're being, because your kids are going to be 10 times worse. And unfortunately, my mom was right. My kids were 10 times worse than I was. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if that's possible to be 10 times worse than I was. I was pretty bad, dude. Yes, this year sucked ass. I lost my cousin, one uncle, my brother. Was very hard. Yeah, it has been just a really weird year, and yeah, I don't know. Oh, snapperonis. Okay. Well, this is bags 1 through 44. I was going to finish today, but I got to be honest with you. I don't think I can. I've got just, there's 7 more bags. So I'm gonna stop the stream here, but I appreciate you guys being here. This has been a really good stream. Thank you for everyone that's been here and been a part of the comment section. And please, if you would, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Yeti, I really appreciate you being here. John, Will, Owen, Ken, and I know I'm missing a couple, and I can't remember, but that's not intentional. Thanks for being here. And if you guys would, be good to each other and stay safe out there. And bye, Castle. You were here as well. Yes. All right. You guys have a great day.